Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us, Coffee with the Crew today. So today we're going to be going over market stats for August and July. But first, I want to introduce Holly. She is a new member to our team, the Jamie Baker Orr team. Thanks for joining us. We're so excited to have you. Today we are going to be missing Cindy and John, but we have Jay, Ashley, Jamie, and Amber here with us, and we're going to be going over these stats and hopefully bringing some value, showing you kind of what's been trending in the market. Also, I want to do a quick plug for our Drive Up Trick or Treat at the end of the month on October 31st between 2 and 4, and that's a Sunday. Our theme is going to be Day of the Dead, so we're going to be looking like awesome little skeletons. And I hope that we see you. We have little bags of candy prepared, and you also have a chance to win a blow up Santa. So make sure you're following our pages just so you can enter in to win. So I'm going to share a screen because I have these stats prepared, and we are going to show you the numbers because we always say numbers do not lie, and we're going to share those with you. So I'm going to share my screen and we're going to take it from here. All right, so first question is going to be for Jay. And what is the median sales price versus the average sales price mean, Jay?
So first off, these statistics come directly from the Pueblo Association of Realtors, and this is overall of Pueblo County. The median sales price, what they do is they take out the lowest sold and the highest sold, so it doesn't skew the numbers, and then they average out the price point from there to come up with the median sales price. And then the average sales price is the average of all sales, all different types of sales across the board within the county. And as you can see here, August of last year compared to August this year, the median sales price is up 28.8%, and the average sales price is up 28.2%. Generally, for a buyer or a seller, probably the more important number is going to be the median sales price. And then year to year, sorry, I got to move the little screen, everybody's blocking it. And then year to year, the median sales price is $227,500 to $280,000. So that's from August of last year through the entire year to August this year. So over the entire year, the median sales price has increased 23.1%. And then the average went from 231 to 290, and that's up 25.8%. So once again, the median, they take out the high, they take out the low, and then they average the numbers to get the median sales price. And then average sales price, they take all sales and then find the average. Sorry, that was a lot of information.
What is the difference in median price year to year and month to month? I guess Jay already answered that.
Sorry, I didn't know I carried on.
But you can kind of see here, like last year in August, you could buy a house at $240. This year, it would cost you $309. So that's kind of where that number is coming from. The increase over this time in August versus last year in August, we do see still an increase in that sales price.
And we can look at July too. So
it is still an increase, but not as much as July or August. I'm sorry. August was that 28%, and here it was 24.5.
I think too, what that says is the buyers are really feeling it, right? So earlier in the summer, like this, these are always a month behind because they have to collect the data. But when your buyers were saying, they were feeling it, I mean, it's because somebody who qualified like for that 245 now has to basically qualify for 305 to get that same house, basically. Yeah. So the buyers were definitely feeling the increase in price. The great news is the rates were low. Yeah. So that was a good thing. So when you're when your buyers were feeling the pain and telling you the numbers didn't lie, right? They were,
No,
they were definitely.
yeah, it was true.
Holly, how is the median sales price affecting the days on market?
So as far as days on market, you can see in August, in 2020, we were at 68, and August of 21, we're at 61 days on market, which is down over 10%. July and August are typically our busiest months because everybody wants to move in the summer before school starts, and that's just the best time to move in Colorado, apparently. So if you look at our year to date, only down just over 12%, but that is averaging the entire year. So we're at 64 days on the market year to date and only 61 for August. But as far as your median prices, is the higher your prices, the more days on market you're going to have. It takes a bigger to get those higher priced properties versus the lower end properties go a lot quicker. So once you average them all out, it may look like it's on the market for 61 days, but it's not because it's under contract. So a good 30 to 45 days of that is under contract with a loan, and it's really a little smaller.
Right, and this would be let's just take the 2021 stat, 61 days. So that's 61 days from the day we list to the day we close.
Mhm.
So statistically, it's been on the market about 30 days, but anybody who was shopping this market this summer, they were not on 31 days. So that's how that number is skewed. That's a really good way to put it, is that some are less desirable, so they're going to be on the market, or maybe overpriced and the consumer wasn't willing to pay for it. So it took a little longer for some properties to sell.
Jamie, let's look at months of inventory and how does that affect the market?
So the month supply of inventory, so homes for sale, is that Amber's question? Sorry, I don't want to take Amber's question.
No,
Homes for sale, basically months of inventory is this a seller's market or a buyer's market? So a neutral market is 3 months of inventory available for sale. And if you look at us, we're at 1.5 last year and then 1.1 this year. So what that's telling us is this is a seller's market. So we have less properties, more buyers out there. And I'm sure the stats look the same for July. So June, July, August are our biggest selling months, just like Holly said, because moving in Colorado, not knowing if we're going to have a big snow year or not is no fun. And again, a lot of people want to move before the kids go back to school. So what's happening is we're having less inventory. I think something that affects that too was, where would I move, right? So if I sell my house, because I know we had a lot of people who wanted to sell, but they were afraid to sell because there was nothing to buy. So a lot of people just waited because there was no place to move. So I think in the coming months, so when we do next month, you're going to see that we've got an increase in inventory. I think you're going to see that the month supply is going to change for September. I know in our group, we could tell that it's slowed since the kids went back to school.
Right.
So we'll see what the stats say, but right now we're sitting at a seller's market still.
Amber, tell us about new listings year to date.
So the new listings year to date, even just in August, you can see in 2020 it was 332, and this or last month was just 379, which is 14.2% from the previous year. And then year to date, which is from, all the year from August all the way up the following months into last August, it's up 8.1%, meaning that there are more listings coming up. It is, kind of piggybacking. The summer months are the busier months. So once October and September comes in, you might see, more listings coming up compared to even now. So.
I think too, you're gonna see that this market's gonna be a little kinder to buyers.
Mhm.
I think a lot of sellers were trying to get in when the prices were high, and it's very hard to read a down market because you don't know you're in a down market until you're down.
Right.
And it takes about 6 weeks to really see that in a business. And I think we're seeing a lot of price reductions, which we haven't seen in a year, maybe a year and a half. So I think a lot of sellers were trying to sell at the top of the market and they're still pricing their homes there. And now we're seeing their price drops. So I think the fall is gonna be a lot kinder to buyers. So buyers that were fatigued, we got a lot of people who had buyer fatigue where they were writing 15, 16 offers and not getting accepted. I think this fall is going to be a good time for buyers to come back and look at the inventory because we're going to have increased inventories. And I think you're going to see that those prices hold steady, if not drop a little bit.
Yeah, and
I
I
also
think
noticed that, sorry.
Go ahead.
I also noticed in the last 30 days in Pueblo, we've closed 42 listings have sold, and more sold with an FHA loan than conventional over the last 30 days, which is huge for buyers.
Yeah, those were the ones who had the most buyer fatigue. And so now that they can come back to the market, and we're still seeing, I think offers are coming in now closer to the list price, whereas a couple months ago, we saw a lot of escalation clauses. They would just, keep pushing that purchase price up and up and up. And that's when we got bid out several times. So now it's starting to shift slightly to where we're seeing less offers. And I think they're hitting closer to that list price.
I think too, going back to what Holly said, is the FHA to conventional. So we have not seen FHA be the #1 sale. People purchasing for probably over a year. So it's, well, probably even longer than that. So conventional and cash were really #1 and #2, and FHA and VA were following behind them. So that's huge for the people who either need an FHA or a VA loan and concessions. We are seeing sellers pay some closing costs as long as it's, full price offer, a little over. And then I haven't seen an appraisal gap in quite some time. So I'd say probably at least 2 months, where before we were seeing people write appraisal gaps in almost all of our offers. So I think it's going to be a good fall for the buyers to get out and start looking again. Anything else, April?
I don't have anything else. I was just waiting to see if you guys had something else.
That awkward silence.
Every time I start saying something, someone always starts speaking. So I'm like, yeah, I'll just wait a couple more seconds.
We need more coffee.
Yeah, so those are our market trends. Do you guys have anything else to say? If not, then we are going to plan on doing market stats monthly. So September market stats will be out. They're usually out the 2nd or 3rd week of every month. So that's when we will plan on providing those for you guys. And just look out for that because like we said, September is going to change is how we feel. And the rest of the year is going to be a little different. So if you have been thinking about buying, it is your time to jump back in and give us a call or send me a message, send our page a message, and we'd love to help you. We can get you connected with some trusted local lenders and help you find that perfect home. All right. Well, thanks for joining us today, and we will see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.